with that, I do have one thing. I would like to present the approval to the board for 2 people on the Board of Assessment Review. Robert DiFlorio is an existing, and his position had expired. I contacted him, and he's agreed to stay on if we do so desire. And for the vacancy, Joan Kesel has indicated that she would be interested in serving on this board. So with that, I would like to appoint Bob DiFlorio to a new 4-year, and Joan Kesel to fill the vacancy, which would be until 2012.
It's 5 years.
It's 5 years.
5 years. Term is 5 years.
Okay, and make it 5 years.
Okay.
10.
Any discussion?
One question I have, do we have any other applicants that were, I did discussion with other board members, and we had talked about having applications or information prior to any appointments, planning board and any other board ahead of time. I don't know if we had that or not.
That just came to us over the weekend, and at least it came to me. As far as what is it that you're looking to do? Interview all these people?
Well, I think we have, not only myself, other board members have concerns about making appointments to certain boards without seeing any information relative to other applicants or resumes or anything else. I mean, in the past, I have given deference and approved of people without having any information on them. However, I thought we had an understanding that in the future we would have information going into the meeting. And I didn't know this was even coming up tonight.
Well, I apologize for that. It was just brought to my attention that Mr. DiFlorio has expired in September, and that I guess there has not been a full discussion in regards to what you have in question, but certainly we need to entertain that then. This can be tabled until the
I don't know if anybody share the same concerns. I don't know. Maybe just
Well, I was going to say that I do share that concern, because I wanted some information on the candidates. These 2 candidates, however, I do know, and I have no problem with them, but we did talk about establishing some kind of process or questionnaire, for candidates. So, I can wait if that's the pleasure of the board, or, because I know the 2 candidates, I can, I feel okay to approve them. But we do need to establish a process, I think.
Absolutely.
I have to agree with Jessica. I know both Bob and Joan, but I guess my question, Joan's vacancy runs till 2012, and then it would be up for another 5 years for whomsoever. Reappointment.
it was a vacancy.
Yeah.
Fill a
She's
vacancy.
just filling that till 2000. I don't have a problem this evening, like Jessica said. We know Bob DiFlorio, and we know Joan Kesel, and I don't have a problem with it, but I do agree, as we've talked about in the past, that we have some insight on items like this prior to us voting. So I have no problem with it. I would make a motion, if there are no problems, to go ahead and accept Bob DiFlorio through 2015 and Joan Kesel to fill the vacancy through September 30th, 2012. And that's a motion.
I'll second that.
Mr. Conway?
Yes.
Mr. Jennings?
Yes.
Ms. Zambrano?
Yes.
Mr. Corral?
Yes, I just want to clarify, I do know both the candidates, obviously Bob had appointed in the past, but in the future we do have to establish parameters as to appointments and other applicants.
When the vote was over, I was going to volunteer to draft something for the board to take a look at for future appointments. So I can initiate that if you like.
Sure.
Ms. Loigy?
Yes. Thank you. Does anyone else have anything at this point for the department head? With that, we'll move on to the acceptance of the abstract.
General fund with special districts this evening is $499,400.50. Highway fund, $98,975.39.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Mr. Jennings.
Yes.
Ms. Zambrano.
Yes.
Mr. Coro.
Yes.
Ms. Boyke.
Yes.
And budget mods are as listed.
I didn't get them.
This one. Right there.
I got it. Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Mr. Jennings.
Yes.
Ms. Zambrano.
Yes.
Mr. Coro.
Yes.
Ms. Boyke.
Yes.
Thank you.
Before we go any further, before I forget, to welcome all of the students that are participating in the government classes within their school, just to welcome you. And moving on to approval to release the securities for Wallington Meadows, section 4, 5, and 6.
At the request of this councilman, we made a site visit to determine whether or not the letters of credit that are being withheld for the erosion and sediment control agreements for those three sections could be released. Our site visit, we found that all three sections were heavily vegetated. The majority of the homes were built on the subdivisions themselves. Therefore, it's our recommendation that it would be reasonable for the town board to consider releasing the three letters of credit.
Do we know how much money's involved?
Hopefully everyone has a copy of my November 2nd letter. And within that letter, it itemizes the three section numbers. Section 4, there's a letter of credit at $32,800. Section 5, letter of credit is $15,788. Section number 6 is $5,261.
Is there drainage money in any of those securities?
This, my understanding, this is solely for the erosion and sediment control measures that are put in place during the construction of the site itself. It'd be erosion control, silt fence, sediment basins, check dams, various items like that.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Made a motion?
Jessica made a motion. I
I
second.
didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Mr. Conway.
Yes.
Mr. Jennings.
Yes.
Ms. Zambrano.
Yes.
Mr. Coro.
Yes.
Ms. Boyke.
Yes.
Chris, stop talking. Stop messing up.